The thoughts, views, and opinions are that of my own. I'm not a salesman. I cannot be bought. This is all entertainment. Let's go.
The cipher. It's the new cipher.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Peace, 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 and more peace. It is a vibe. It is a vibe. I don't know what's going on. Why I cannot see the comments.
The cipher. It's the new cipher.
I have no idea why I'm not being able to see no comments on StreamYard. We're going to figure it out. Let me see if I can see it on my phone, and we're going to get to it. And I'll just have to look at my phone when I read the comments. But okay, I see somebody. Tyson just showed up. All right, let's go. I see he see me. Peace. Just want to make sure that I see a couple people in the live, 25 people in here. Just want to make sure I am being seen and heard.
It's the new cipher.
All right, as long as I'm seen and heard, we can get to it. We ain't gonna have the intro too long. Ain't gonna have the intro too long. Peace, 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 and more peace. It is a total vibe. It is a vibe. What up? What it do? How you feeling? How you feeling? How are you feeling? I'm back. A lot of things going on. Good things going on, but been out of pocket for a minute. But back, got to take care, prioritize. And YouTube isn't necessarily a priority for me. But either way, this is number 67 of the lives, episode number 67 of the lives. Today's live is going to be my Musk Have Fragrances. Musk Have Fragrances. Yes, that's a play on words. Those are my favorite Musk fragrances. So that are in my collection. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to see this video and some of your favorite Musk fragrances might not make the list. One, I don't have and own every single fragrance. That's one. Two, I have no desire to have and own every single fragrance. That's a waste of money. I got better things to do with my money, things that will make me more money. And it ain't fragrances. I don't need anything else. So that's number two. Three, I might have smelt the fragrance and I just don't think I need to have it. I'm unimpressed by the fragrance. There are a lot of fragrances that are extremely good, extremely popular, that I've been unimpressed by. Not because they're not good, but because I just don't know why I'm spending my money to get it, because I feel like I have things that are better. And if what I'm getting isn't better than what I have, I just don't know why I'm adding on to that. It just financially doesn't make sense to me at all. So that's kind of how I'm breaking down my favorite Musk fragrances. But before we do that, we're also going to talk about the fragrance company. Third Eye Fragrance Company sent me one of their fragrances. Yes, they sent me this. I'm going to give my first impressions on it. I haven't smelt it, but I do know the notes. Let me see if, it came with a card, so I have the notes. So I'm not going to be able to kind of blind smell it because I can see the notes. So we're going to do a first impressions on that as well. And we're going to do that first before we go into the top 10. But let's see, drink of choice tonight. First and foremost, I should have did this while the music was playing. Y'all already know I get the premium lotion. You on camera. You can't have ashy knuckles. Let me see. Sip of the night. Pour the night. Gonna be a big bottle. Buffalo Trace, straight bourbon whiskey. Nothing crazy. I believe this is 90 proof. So it's not the highest proof, but it's just, some simple Buffalo Trace. I like Buffalo Trace products. So that's what I'm going to pour on tonight. But this is the big boy bottle, a Buffalo Trace. So cheers to that. Drink responsibly. You know how we do. And we're going to get to it. So as I said, the first thing we're going to do, let's just go ahead and get this first impression out the way. Now, I've been wearing the fragrance all day, so I'm not putting these fragrances on skin because I've been wearing something else all day. And one of those fragrances are the fragrance I've been wearing my center day is going to be in the list. So I'm just not going to talk about it now. But let's see what's going on. So Third Eye Fragrance Company reached out to me and said, hey, we like your content. We have a new fragrance. We see that you're into boozy fragrances. We would like to send you a fragrance over and give me your thoughts. I said, cool. I'll do a first impressions on it. I think they want to send me a full bottle, but they kind of gave me, what is this one there, 20 mLs? I believe it's 20 ml of this. So they gave me a 20 ml. So first and foremost, y'all know I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep everything legit, and I'm gonna keep everything on form with how I judge everything. Now, of course, because it's a boozy fragrance, I will probably judge it a little bit harder because I'm hard on boozy fragrances. Sorry. It just is what it is. You make a boozy fragrance, I'm going to be extremely hard on it. But let's start with the beginning of what you get. So you get a regular cardboard box. So this is a basic presentation box. In 2025, I'm not cutting no cut cards. Y'all know kind of where my stance is on that. On 2025, presentation actually matters. And some work and some money should go into your presentation. This is the basic cardboard box presentation. That's going to lose a point right off the bat just for presentation alone on the box. But I'm hoping that if it was a full bottle or 60 ml or something, it would have came with a better box, but I can only judge what you give me. So that's it. Okay. Second thing on the presentation. Hey, I got to do it. I'm consistent, right? I do it for everybody. No favoritism here. Looks like a regular box. I do like the cap, but it looks like something that somebody was decanting. You know, if somebody was decanting you something that you was getting out of Facebook group, they would kind of put it in a box like this in a paper label. That's like another half point, right? So already we're like 8.5. Just on presentation alone, I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's what I'm giving it. Now, some of the notes on the fragrance, this is a boozy fragrance supposedly, and it's called Red Rum. It's their new fragrance called Red Rum. Now, the notes in here are black cherry, spice rum, Divana, plum, tobacco, tonka bean, amber, oak, French vanilla. Sounds like something right up my alley. But when I was kind of going through that, I was like, I think I got a fragrance I like that's similar to that. So I want to bring it close to me so I can kind of compare the two to see, you know, kind of where it is. But the fragrance that first came to mind when I read those notes was from the House of Mind Games, which is one of my favorite fragrances from the house, which is why I own it. And I don't own a lot of fragrances from the house. A lot of fragrances from the house, I just don't feel the need to own those fragrances. But some of them kind of piqued my interest and they were like bottle worthy. And this is Rue Lopez. I've talked about Rue Lopez many a times. To me, I believe if I really put some thought into it, this might be my second favorite cherry fragrance. What you get is black cherry, Divana. You get this black dark tea that gives it this herbaceous feel. You get some plum, you get some vanilla, you get rum, you get Divana. So you get some of the same notes in here. So I was like, it's similar to this, but I'm not calling it a clone. I'm just saying that I will do a comparison of the two and see if I get strong similarities. But the notes sound good. It sounds like something I would get from a nice spice rum, you know, like a rum from Jamaica, more of a Jamaican rum. I find that to be a little bit more spicy than the like Dominican kind of rums. But let's see what we got here. First impressions on this. I wish I could put it on skin, but I've been wearing something else, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But let's see what this looks like. Nice pressurized atomizer, but again, the bottle is like a bottle that you would decant if you was buying something from a Facebook group. So I didn't look at, ooh, sheesh. Oh, okay. I like this. Oh, that smells good, man. Damn. Ooh. So the thing that really piqued my interest in this is sweetness without smelling like overly synthetic. It has good sweetness. And the thing when you start talking about compliments and head turning fragrances, especially in the wintertime, autumn, winter, is sweetness in cold weather. If you live in a 3 kind of or 4 season state, the cold weather really brings out and tones down the sweetness than it does in the hotter weather. This is nice. This is giving me holiday vibes, Christmas vibes, tons of spice. Was cinnamon in here? Because I feel like I'm getting some cinnamon. Cinnamon is not listed, but I feel like I'm getting some cinnamon in here. So I'm getting these warm spices that reminds me of like one of those really spiced rums. Has a little bit of bite to it. Nothing crazy, nothing overly boozy. The cherry, so when you see cherry, one of the things I was thinking about is like, okay, well, hopefully it's not like a French Defense or bodacious kind of thing, because I have those fragrances. I don't need another. But it doesn't go into that realm. The cherry is almost like maraschino cherries. The amber, vanillic, smooth, sweetness, buttery, spice, booze. It's like an ambery, boozy fragrance. This is nice. This is nice. Yeah, man, this is put together nice. Now, it smells kind of linger. I don't know how it's going to change. Again, it probably would do more justice going on my skin, but it smells because I'm getting all the different notes that's listed. So I don't know if it's going to transition into more like complexity to the fragrance, because I feel like I'm getting a little bit of everything all at once, the way I would if I was, nosing a nice rum. Oh, this is delicious, mouth-watering. Oh, yeah, I like this. Ooh, I wish I could put this on skin. I like this. I'm impressed. I am impressed by the smell. It's put together real good. Now, let me see how close it is to one of my loves. Yeah, I feel like I have something on that one. Let me see. Okay, nothing's on this. So I'm going to compare it to Rue Lopez, because they have like similar notes: plum, cherry, Divana. I believe Rue Lopez got leather, and this has tobacco. Rue Lopez has leather, and it has that black tea, which gives it almost this boozy rum, but also this Le Labo, like noir. What is it? Noir 29, Noir 19, I believe is what it is. That like black dark tea, which is why it's one of my favorite, especially in the cooler weather. Oh no, they're totally different. They're totally different. They go in different realms, which is a good thing. It's almost like for those people who are really into boozy fragrances, think if for the average person, if they was drinking Jack Daniels and they was drinking this Buffalo Trace, they really couldn't know the difference. They'll just be like, it's burning my chest in this whiskey. But when you really get the nose of fragrance and really pick out the nuances of drinks and stuff of that nature, I get that. They're totally different. Rue Lopez smells more natural than this. Not that this is overly synthetic, but it smells more natural, more complex than this is. Yeah, they're totally different. They're totally different. So that's a good thing for me. I would have been a slight bit disappointed had it been like a 1-for-1, but no, this is good. Back to the fragrance. Yeah, man. It has that like bodacious sweetness to it. No, man, this is nice. I ain't gonna hold you. This is nice. I'm gonna let this set and see if it changes by the end of the live. I'll come back to it to see if it gives me any more depth to it. Ooh. So, all right, check it. I'm getting a vibe here. So think of this nice warm rum. It's not bottom shelf, but it's not top shelf rum either. It's like right in that mid. Like that rum you can get for like $40. A good rum you can get for $40. Nothing crazy, nothing that's gonna break the bank. A good sipper, probably more of a Jamaican rum. So you get this spice. You get these dried fruits, this essence of dried fruits in here. So you get this like dark cherry or this maraschino cherry, juicy plum. But then I'm getting this like vanillic, like tobacco leaves. So think of like rum with these like it's this fragrance. Think of anybody who likes smoking cigars. Think of like Drew Estates. Drew Estates has this fragrance called something Betty. I'm having a brain fart on the name of the fragrance. It's like something Betty. It's like very sweet, has a sweetness to it, little vanillic. So think of like smelling a nice cigar wrapper, a light brown, not too spiced, vanillic, and you have your glass of rum. Oh man, that's good. That's good. Oh, I like this. I like this. If this was in a really good presentation, like really, really like took some time, and I'm not saying, listen, I'm not trying to knock the house, but I got to be honest. Like if this was on some like really good presentation, this would be up there. And I understand, I don't know how long he really been. I ain't want to dive too much. I have too much of a conversation with the owner. Not before I gave my first impression, because I don't want to get swayed by that. Especially if I got to come on here and rip it. But nah, man, that's nice. Think of sweet fragrances like Side Effect. Not that it smells like it, but think of these sweet fragrances like Side Effect and things of this nature. This is going to get you compliments. Highly complimented, night out, date night, colder weather in the day, on a weekend fragrance, not at work. Yeah, I like this. This puts a smile on my face. This is nice. It's easy going, mass appealing, not overly complex, easy to like. Yeah, I like this. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an 8 out of 10, and that's just out of presentation. The scent alone, I give it like an 8.5 for the scent, but overall, I give it like an 8 out of 10. I didn't look at the price. Somebody in the comments, let me open up my phone because I'm not seeing it on the comments. Somebody do me a favor. Go into there and somebody look up the fragrance and just tell me how much he's selling these for. Because then I can kind of give you my feel. I'll be like, if you're gonna charge that much, I'll be like, I'll do something better with the presentation. But just off the rip, just send alone, you put this in a better presentation, it is up there. It's up there. A better box, maybe a little bit of Carford or something. Different spray bottle, nice cap, something that feels a little bit more umph to it. Yeah, this would get some love. I like this. I like that. Damn, that's good. I like that. And it doesn't smell like something I already own. Now, could it smell like something that's out there already? Possibly. I don't own it. Whatever y'all say it does, I don't own it. But nice. I like that. And that's Third Eye Fragrance, and that is called Red Rum. Red Rum from Third Eye Fragrance. I found them on Instagram. They reached out to me on Instagram. So check them out. See, they might have where you can buy these from, but yeah, check them out. I like this. I like that. Let me put this to the side because I want to come back and smell this a little bit later. I want to come back and smell. So I'm going to put that off to the side. So let's get down to the video. Move this. Let me get things set up real quick. All right, how y'all feeling? Let me read a couple of comments. Real quick. EQ, this is Will's first release, only a couple of months. Man, that's not bad, man. So I tell you what, if this is first release, I'm thinking it's an indie company. He's just trying to get his foot in the door, get known. So, of course, bottles aren't going to, like, that'll come. Even Mike from Day 3 Fragrances, when you look at what Mike did with Day 3 Fragrances when he first came out, Mike from Day 3 Fragrances, when he first came out, his first bottles were like, even though they weren't necessarily stock per se, but they were kind of stock, paper label, stuff of that nature. He stepped his game up since then. Even though I like the old presentation, I get he stepped his game up a lot, and I like that, even with the atomizers. And sometimes you got to do that when you first coming out as a starter fragrance. So I'm going to give him some leeway on that. I'm going to give him a half on that. I'm going to give him leeway on that. That I didn't know. So 120 for 50 ml, that ain't bad. Somebody said 124 50 ml. That ain't bad. Of course, in the grand scheme, I would like to have better presentation, but I'm not upset at this. I'm not upset at that. You know, with some people like to have it for about $80 to $100. I can see that, but I'm going to do a round table live. It's just a couple of more fragrances in Indie Fragrance House where I want to get to, so we can talk about like the cost of fragrances. I'm sure he's buying his own notes. He's putting it all together. That stuff costs bottles. He's probably packaging it up. That stuff costs. But this is fun. This is mass appealing. I like this. Damn, I like that. I like that. That will get you compliments. I know he said he was going to eventually send me a 50 ml. Yeah, I need that 50 ml because that's going to get date night, going out to the bar, hang out. That's good. That's good. I'm a sip to that. That's good. It's not great. It's not mind-blowing. I don't want to do that. But it's a really good, solid fragrance just right across the board. Now, longevity and stuff, because I didn't put it on skin, I would love to put it on skin to see if it gives me a little bit more depth and complexity, to see if notes like the cherry or the amber or the tobacco come out a little bit more, but I'm wearing things already and it's just not going to work out for me. So maybe another day, maybe I'll wear this and come back and do a full review after giving it some wear. Maybe I'll do that. I'll figure out how I'm going to do that. Maybe give some kind of full review, or maybe I'll do a quick review on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or something of that nature. Even if I don't want to like upload a whole video, I'll do like a YouTube Short or something for that, just to kind of give my thoughts. But excuse me, let me wear that for some time just to see what the performance is like and things. But I like that. I like that, Will. You good job. Good job. Hand-drawn art is much better. I'm pretty sure it's much better. I like that. I like that. I appreciate y'all looking and putting in the comments. This is Will. Let me see a couple more things before we get down to the video. It's still really at 120. 120 ain't bad. That's just what the fragrances is. But again, we live in the era of clones, and it's hard to compete with the Middle East. They have money to throw on things so they can afford to give stuff away for $40, $50. But I do understand that that's just what's popping right now for most people in YouTube land and everywhere else in the fragrance community. And, people when that's doing all the sales and all your favorite high-end reviewers and popular are pushing that, it's hard for a startup or somebody to kind of get into the space when that's kind of oversaturated market. So, but I'm not mad at the 120. I'm not mad at that, actually, especially for a 50 ml. I would love to see the presentation. If the presentation is much better than just a glass with paper label on it, then yeah, it's up there. If it's just if it's some like Amazon kind of, I'm not saying it is, but if it's a paper box with some Amazon kind of 50 ml thing with some clear cap or some nonsense, oh no, you gotta do a little bit better. That's more like I will bump you $40 for like horrible presentation. I will. I'm putting stuff on my shelf. I want it to look good on my shelf. That matters to me when I'm spending money. So, but 120 ain't bad. 120 scent alone, great scent. Well, very good scent. I ain't gonna say great. It's a good scent. Didn't blow me away. I like it. I see the compliments in how I can wear that, and I wish I can put it on skin. I wish I had a place to put it on skin, but I don't. So, yeah, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, and I will come back to that after the video, where it should be about an hour when I'm done with this video, and just kind of see what the dry down smells like on paper. So we'll come back and circle back on that. So, with that being said, let's get to it. So on today's video, we're going to be doing my top 10 must-have fragrances. What are must-have fragrances? These are my favorite musk fragrances in my collection that I look forward to wearing this time of year. Now, musk. You have different levels of musk. Some musk can be animalic. Some musk can be clean. Some musk can be laundry clean. Some musk I actually prefer to wear more in the springtime because it might be a little bit more floral. But there are some times where in this time of season where you just want to smell warm, inviting. You're going to have your white musk. You're going to have your ambrette. So this is where musk is going to lie. I find musk to be very sensual. And I find that when wearing a musk fragrance, that it just works well with the opposite sex. I can't explain it, but it's very inviting, warm. It's not necessarily off-putting, at least the ones I have. Now, if your favorite musk fragrance isn't on this list, don't be upset. It's okay. After the video, for those who watching the replay game, put your favorite musk fragrance down in the comment. There's no need for any of us to argue. If you say, I don't know how a certain musk didn't make the list, it is what it is. I don't own it, or I don't want to own it, or I don't see the need to own it. But as long as you like it, you like it. That's all that matters. So let's just go ahead and get to it. We're going to do two honorable mentions, and then we're going to get to the top 10, and then we'll check back with other things. So first honorable mention, a floral musk sensual. Let's talk about it. So this is musk from the House of Killian, and this is musk butterfly. So for me, this is one that I personally prefer to reach for a little bit more in the springtime. If this was springtime, this would be a lot higher. This would have actually made the list or been higher on the list. But there's times when it's warm or cool where I like to wear a fragrance like this. So what's some of the notes that you get in here that really stand out? So you get a very nice, fresh aldehydes. The aldehydes in here almost like the way Raja does his aldehydes. Very sparkling, very bright. You have some florals in here. You have lychee in here, or lychee in here. You have, I believe, some ambrette in here, maybe some white musk. This is a very Middle Eastern musk type of fragrance where you get that rose musk with a hint of oud in the base. And for those who have like musk attars from like Arabian Oud or any like Middle Eastern company where you can buy attar or atola, then you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this kind of musk. It's very laundry clean kind of musk. Now, guys in here, for the men who watch my video who say, I don't like unisex fragrances, I don't think unisex, I think gender should matter in fragrances. I get it. There are some guys like this. This is going to be a feminine leaning musk. With that said, when you spray this on skin, the way all of the notes play with each other, it's like the musk is adding some warmth and some heat to it. It's like fresh linen straight out of the dryer. If you think smelling like fresh linen sheets, white linen sheets out of the dryer makes you feel like a woman, that's cool. I don't want to argue with you. You don't have to wear it. I'm not telling you what to buy. But for me, this is very inviting. When I wear this, this draws women in. This is the kind of fragrance when you give out hugs, they last a little bit longer because it can trigger a scent memory of warmth, clean, and inviting. It's a conversation starter fragrance because somebody might say, damn, I wouldn't expect him to smell like that. Hey, what are you wearing? That's the conversation. That's all you need. What are you wearing? Boom. I'm wearing this and this and this. Hey, how you doing? My name is, what's your name? Boom, 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 boom. You get to talking. And then the rest is how you play it if you know how to hold a conversation. But I love this. This is honorable mention number 1, and this is Musk Butterfly, one of my favorite musk, but it didn't make the list because it's just not one I reach for it as often this time. A long-lasting nuclear musk. Let's talk about it. So honorable mention number 2 is from the house of Otto Parisi, and that's Bergamasque. Listen, I have another bottle of this. This Y'all know how long this lasts. Look at do dents. Dents don't lie. I have back a bottle of this. Dents do not lie. I just like to wear it, and I prefer to wear it. It could almost be year round. It has that, but it's overly synthetic, but not like cheap, but you just know it's not, it doesn't come off as natural, if that makes sense. But you get like bergamot, musk. I feel like I'm getting Javanol in here, which is like a synthetic sandalwood. But it just lasts. And sometimes I like to wear, and I've talked about this, fresh scents in the cooler weather. It works. I'm going to do a video on that. Will this one make the list? No. But I am going to do a video on some of my favorite fresh scents I like to wear in cooler weather. It just works. But this one, because it cuts through, it's strong enough to cut through the cold, I find that this musk in here is very inviting. This isn't highly complimented for me, though. I don't know about nobody else. If you're looking for like compliment getting, and I don't get that with this. I just like to wear this. Every now and then I might get a compliment, but it's not one that garners me tons of compliments. It doesn't. But I like to wear it. Everything, I don't need the affirmation all the time. There are times you want to get that affirmation from others. Then there's sometimes you just don't care because you walking around with BDE. It doesn't matter. But that's honorable mention number 2. That's Bergamasque from Otto Parisi. Let's get on with the list. This is cashmere, musk, fresh spices. I get some fruits. So let's talk about it. This is from the house of Fugazi, and this is angel dust. This is the extrait version. This lasts all day long. Wafts all day long. Now, is it overly complex? Is it a must-have in anybody's collection? No, I don't see it that way. I like it. It blew me away when I first smelt it. And this is one that I've worn all year round. I wore a lot of this in the summertime. And I'm getting like hot and warm peppers. I'm getting like fresh pepper, like a pink pepper, some cashmere, some musk. Maybe it's some woods, more like a cedar wood, or maybe like a cedar wood, sandalwood combo kind of thing. So I'm getting these sweet, peppery woods. And I'm getting something fresh. At times, it smells like a citrus. At other times, it smells like it could be raspberry. It kind of teeters based on how it's wearing on my skin. But overall, I like it. It goes into that Bergamasque kind of thing when it comes to loud and longevity. But there's a sweetness in this that I just like a little bit more. It's a little bit easier to wear, and it lasts. I'm talking about in the heat this summer when I was wearing this, it wouldn't come off of skin. It lasted all day long. I normally go about, if I'm being indoors, maybe like 4 sprays. Outdoors, maybe 6. I don't really need to do more than that. It's just wafts. It's just going to be, you're going to be getting hit with wafts. I like it. I like it a lot. It's not a must-have. It's not a love. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it like a 7.5. Nothing to blow you, nothing to write home about, but I like it. So I own it. That's from the house of Fugazi, and that's angel dust, the extrait version. Moving on. A popular DNA, a well-known DNA, but amped up in strength. Let's talk about it. This coming from the house of Thomas Cosmala, and this is number 4, Empress L'Amour. So this is basically Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP. But with this, although it will play that peekaboo kind of thing, it tends to push and gives me a better sillage for me. I tend to get more wafts with this than I've ever gotten with number 4. I mean, with Baccarat Rouge. I just feel like the wafts come. And also when I wear this, I feel like I don't get that hospital kind of thing. Now, what you get here, some fruits, I believe lemon zest or something might be in here. You get some spices, you get that musk, you get some woods. It's just what Baccarat Rouge is, but it just lasts. I just feel like the wafts come in. I wore this actually Thanksgiving and got compliments from the fam when I wore this. Was like, "Ooh, you smell good." And it just is what it is. It's almost like people know the DNA, but it's a tad bit different to me. Just a tad bit different. It's a little sweeter too. And I like it a little bit more than Baccarat. But that's Thomas Cosmala, number 4 at number 9. Moving on. Let me see what the compliments. EQ, do you believe that gender-fine fragrance notes is a marketing strategy to increase sales? I think people should wear what they want. I don't care. I'm not putting that deep thought in it. I don't care what they're doing for sales or not. I don't worry about things I have no control over. If I like it, I wear it. If I don't, I don't. There are some fragrances I just won't wear. Mercurial Cashmere from Electimus, I won't wear that. That smells like Olympiade to me. And I just know bad chicks, like the baddest of bad broads, wear Olympiade, and I'm cool on that. But then there's other fragrances like Killian's Love Don't Be Shy with the marshmallow that went popular when people said Rihanna was wearing that, and I'll wear that. I think too often in this community, people worry about things that don't matter. Who cares? Do you like it? Wear it. If other people like it and you don't like it, why do you care? It's not your problem. It's not bothering you, right? If men want to wear the most feminine fragrance, it's not affecting you in any way. Do it hurt your pockets? You get paid? How does that affect you? Generally speaking, when you really think about it, it doesn't. So why does it matter? Too many people worry about what other people like. What's hype, what's not hype. It's just a waste of energy. It's unmasculine to me when you think about it. It's like we're worried about gender and fragrances isn't the most masculine thing men should be arguing about or thinking about. Just wear it, bro. Or no. Or don't. Buy it or don't. That's my philosophy on it. I don't really care what they do for marketing. What they do for marketing is give a lot of fragrance influencers bottles, give them paid, and you can go on TikTok and everybody will be talking about the same fragrance when you scroll up and down, the same fragrance. That is a marketing scheme. Do it matter to me? No, because I don't buy most of that crap. Well, I don't want to call it crap. I don't buy most of it. Or I don't buy any of it, actually. So do I care that they're doing that? No, because it doesn't influence me. Moving on to the list, and we can cover down on more questions. Next up on the list is a popular fragrance. Listen, I like this fragrance. This is one of my favorite layering fragrances. This is at number 8. One of my favorite layering fragrances. It just works. Now, this is a peekaboo fragrance. This is a type of fragrance that when you wear it, others going to smell you a lot more than you will. And that's a little bit irritating because when you do smell it, you're like, I wish I could smell this more. This is one of them kind of fragrances where you almost wish a Christian Provenzano would clone it or improve on the DNA and make it stronger, because I want to smell it and experience more, but it's just a great fragrance. This is a fragrance that you're going on the airport or whatever you're doing, and you just want to wear something where you don't want to disrupt work or anything else. This is one you wear. This is from the House of Le Labo, another 13. Another 13 from the House of Le Labo. So this fragrance right here, man, It's just what can I say? Musk, Woods, and Broxton. It's just fresh. Oh man. It's almost like wearing Eccentric's Molecule almost. Eccentric's Molecule. It's a fragrance that really paper or clothing doesn't do it justice. It needs to go on skin. Your skin needs to heat up. Your skin needs to sweat. Your skin needs to do things for this really to shine. And when it shines, it leaves a beautiful scent trail. And it's one of those fragrances where people just say, you smell amazing, although you might not smell it. It's annoying, I know. But people absolutely adore this fragrance. This is a signature scent fragrance for me. This is a year-round fragrance. This is something I'll layer. So I'll layer this with like the Thomas Cosmola number 4. I'll layer this with a lot of different fragrances. I've layered this with oud. That's a whole nother story. You're not ready for that type of attention. You are not ready for that type of good attention. I layer this with almost anything. I don't care if it's vanilla. I don't care if it's woody, if it's oud. It works, and it works by itself as well. It just makes everything better. It's like cheese. Cheese on everything makes everything better. And that's what this is. It just works. And that's another 13 and number 8. Moving on. Next fragrance on the list. This is one probably like pound for pound. Pound for pound, year round. Probably if this was in the spring, would be up there, like 1 or 2. It would be up there if this was in the spring. But pound for pound, this is a absolute amazing fragrance. From the house of Initio, this is Musk Therapy. Musk Therapy from the house of Initio. What can you say about this fragrance? The bottle and the color of the bottle purely represents what this fragrance is. It's floral, musk, fruits. Oh, man. When you talk about a nosegasm fragrances for the opposite sex, it works. If you're a woman and you wear this, it's a nosegasm for a man. I will follow you. If you're a man and you wear this and you're in the right environment, daytime, this is a daytime fragrance. This isn't a nighttime fragrance. I mean, wear your fragrances whenever you want to. You don't need my permission to do that, right? But this screams sun out, even if it's cold. The sun is out. And it's because it's radiant. And I think it's because the florals give it just this radiant feel and vibe to it. And it is a nosegasm fragrance. Oh, boy. You gotta like honey florals. I believe magnolia's in here. Oh, my God. Pound for pound. I mean, any year, any season, I don't care what you're doing. One of my go-to and most favorite musk fragrances or favorite fragrances in general. Just when you talk about I want to get compliments, when you talk about I want to vibe, when you talk about I want to smell good, when you talk about I want to get complimented, when you are a man and you say and you're dressed a certain way, and you know you're in a suit or something of that nature, it just, oh man. Listen, if you're dressed up casually, trust me, let it get cold. If you're in Chicago, well, Chicago be too cold unless you Jussie Smollett in the street looking for Subway, a 12-footer in the middle of the night. But If you're pause, if you're out, you're dressed casually, turtleneck season with the gold chain. It's daytime, sweater. You got your nice watch on. You got your fresh shape up, your beard cut right. You feeling good. You feeling confident. You hit the gym earlier. You feel good about yourself. And you go somewhere where women going to be and you wear this. I almost want to guarantee you will get 2 compliments. I almost want to guarantee you it's going to happen. You will get 2. If you're in an environment, if you're inviting, like your personality is inviting, bro, you're going to get 2 compliments minimum. It's must therapy. It works. Moving on. I probably should have put that a little bit higher, but it is what it is. 10, 9, 8, 7. All right. Coming in at number 6. Coming in at number 6 is a fragrance that is somewhat reminiscent to me of the Killian fragrance. It kind of goes into the same realm, but I find it to be a little bit more ambery, which makes it a little bit more warm, and it's a little bit more dense to me than a Killian. It's not as outer-hitting to me or sparkling to me as the Killian Musk Butterfly, but it goes in the same realm. This is a floral Middle Eastern type of musk. And this is coming from Armani Privé. And this is Musk Shamal. Musk Shamal. So, like I said, this goes into that Killian, this kind of rose, musk, oud, maybe some bergamot or something up top. Yeah, man. It's very Middle Eastern. But it, to me, why I like this mostly in the cooler weather, it's not as outer-hitting as the Killian, which I think the Killian is better for spring. But the base of this, what's in the base, comes out a lot more. It's warmer to me. So when you want to wear something that's clean and warm, because I find musk to be a very warm note, a very inviting note, a very snuggle note. When you think about clean linen, you think about wrapping your body up in clean linen, wrapping your body up in a soft comforter. I feel like it invokes that. And I think that's the beauty of things like white musk. And it's just very good, divine, Middle Eastern style of musk to me. And for those of you who have Itars, again, you know what I'm talking about. Outstanding. And that's from the house of Armani Privé, and that's Musk Shamal. Musk Shamal. I get pretty good longevity on this too. This is about 7 hours. I get about a good 7 hours, solid 7 hours on this, and I normally go about 8 sprays. 8 sprays, especially in the cooler weather. I go about 8 sprays, and sometimes I can go 10 on this. But it depends on where I'm at. If I'm at work, I'm not doing that. If you work in an office space, I'll probably keep it at about 6, 4 to 6 in an office space, because you don't want to you don't know people's sensitivities to fragrance. So I'll go about 4 to 6. But if you out and about, you can go anywhere from 8 to 10 if you out and about. It ain't too offensive. It's gonna leave a nice scent trail. I would stay more on the lower end than the higher end, but do what works for you. But I like it. Coming in number 5. I called this fragrance a masterpiece. When I first smelled this fragrance, and I think I did a first impressions on this fragrance, so I might have did the full review. I can't remember. It's been some years since I've had this fragrance. It was a masterpiece. I said this was criminally underrated. And when this fragrance first came out from the company, it was originally supposed to be a limited release. After I think I did a live, it became a full staple to the house's collection. And this is coming from the house of Zaroff. and this is Signature Royale X. X. To me, this just is masculinity, sexy, signature scent, complexity in an absolute bottle. To me, it didn't need to be touched. I know he did like double X or triple X. None of those need to happen. Respectfully, it didn't need to happen. This was perfection. It didn't need to be touched or tampered with. This is just so you get bright citruses in here. I believe bergamots in here. I believe there's some white florals in here. Clean, but yet animalic musk. Almost sweat kind of thing. Like this clean, but yet almost sweaty kind of feel to it. Some leather. You got juniper that gives it a little bit of sparkle. It's almost like cocktail up top, dirty, raw sex down low. It's just, it invokes sensuality and it invokes sexuality to me in a bottle. This is masculine. Now, compliments, it's kind of a hit and miss. I've been told I smell good, but sometimes the kind of smell good compliments I'm talking about is not like, oh my God, you smell good. Come closer, let me smell you again. It's more like, you smell good. You smell like a man. You smell like a man. That's the compliment, right? Oh, you smell like a man. That's a compliment. Sometimes that's a compliment within itself, a quality compliment within itself. It don't always have to be, I'm falling all over the place. But this is one of those kind of fragrances when you smell on your skin, you continuously and you will keep coming back to it. Even if when you first spray it, you be like, I don't know about this yet. You will find yourself like 5 minutes later sniffing and smelling and smelling and smelling and smelling. It's like extremely addictive is what this is. It's addictive. This is like a drug. It's sensual, it's sexuality, it's addictive. This is Signature Royale X. To me, this is a masterpiece. And that's at number 5. All right, let me see what some of the comments been saying because I've been talking. I'm trying to do better at this. Let me see. Smells like something I had, but I can't remember with scent. Their dry downs are damn near the same to me. Royale Triple X is a no-go for me. The cumin is too strong. Yeah, the Royale X, the Triple X, it's just unnecessary to me. Respect to anybody who, I know it was part of working with another creator. So no disrespect to him, but it just it was unnecessary to me. The Royal X citruses, lavender, Guatemala. Oh, you put the notes in there. The leather labdanum. All right. If you had to get 3, I had to get 3 bottles of X. Is that good? Yeah, man. Signature Royale X is fire, man. Smash the like button. How many likes? Matter of fact, we got 145 people in here. How many likes we got? I'm gonna take a sip. How many we got? My admins, tell me what we got. Because if it's below 120, I might just stop talking. I want to see at least 120 in like button. Dripping. 90, y'all can do better than 90. I think 30 of y'all who watching can hit the like button. Or I'm just gonna read comments till y'all hit the like button. Somebody monitor the likes while I just start reading comments, and then I'm not continuing until then. And then if nobody hit it, then I'll just end the live, never getting past 4. I don't care. I do very good. I don't really need YouTube. So I'm different. I'm different. So when y'all get that thing up, when y'all get that thing up to 120, then we'll continue. Now hit the like button so we can continue. We only got like 4 more left. We got 4 more left. I'm going to go back and sniff Red Rum, I believe the name of it. And see what that's like, and then we're gonna end it. I might talk about what I'm gonna be doing Wednesday, and then so y'all will be prepared for that because I'm coming back Wednesday, and then yeah, and that'll be what that'll be. But let's hit that like button. Let's get that like button up. 99. Come on, let's get to it. Y'all watching, just hit the like button. Even if it go up to 155, y'all can do it, or y'all just gonna hear me ramble, and it just kind of is what it is. But let me go back and read. Test run for Los Sophias. Speaking of day 3, this one is a keeper most deaf. Yes, yeah, Philosophia is one of my favorite tobacco fragrances, just period. It's just it just works. I don't have a Musk based collection. Yeah, man, Musk ain't for everybody. I like it. I think it just absolutely I think there's a time and place for everything when it comes to fragrances. Time and place for everything. 103, 17 more. 17. Just hit the like button. Even if you don't like me, just hit the like button so you can talk about me after we do it. But I'm just gonna ramble until y'all hit it. So it is what it is. Let me see. It's sold out. Well, I think it's been sold out for a couple of it. I'm sure to go back, come back if it's sold out. I'm sure to be back, but we'll see. I think it's been sold out for a minute, but he's going to restock and we'll figure out what's going on. The EQ on the pad, game on big screen. My man, appreciate the support. You know, normally during football season, I don't like to go live on Monday. I'm normally watching the game, but 112. All right, we can get a couple more, five more people, and let's get it moving. 5 more. That's it. I ain't asked for much, but I do. I don't ask for much, but hit a subscribe, give me a follow. That's it. Bottom Betty by Drew Estates. Yeah, that's the cigar that kind of reminds me of, at least. Bottom Betty. Did I get during new fragrance? No, I didn't. Not because they ain't my man or whatever. I'm the plum booze thing. I don't know. I'm not really buying nothing. If I'm be honest, I'm just not. I got other things to do with my money. Respectfully to everybody, it's just I'm just not buying a lot of stuff. But no, I did not get it. I'm sure it's amazing. I'm sure it's good. But I have the King from the same perfumer, and I have a lot of different plum fragrances. So I don't know. Will I get it? I don't know. I might, but I just at this junction it's not on my bingo card for things that are I'm kind of just going for grails now. I need grails. It's just I'm not buying. I don't buy just to buy. It has to, what I'm saying, gotta mean something. You know what I mean? As far as in the fragrance wardrobe, it just has to, because to be totally honest, I really should I don't know. Half this should be downsized, to be totally honest. Every time I come in here, I think I should downsize my collection, if I'm gonna be totally honest. 116. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Appreciate it. All right. Where we at? Number 4. All right, cool. Coming in number 4 is a fragrance that I got this year. It was sent to me by the company, and it came to me during, I believe it came out during when it was hot, like summertime or something. And I sprayed it on in, and it didn't resonate with me. It was too warm, extremely too warm of a fragrance. This fragrance is complex. For probably the last 2 weeks, I've been wearing this on and off for 2 whole weeks. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Appreciate the $10 super chat. I've been wearing this fragrance for like 2 whole weeks on and off. I probably wore it a total of 5 times in the last 2 weeks. Because it's been really cold and it has blossomed. And it's done things that I didn't expect it to do. This fragrance is fresh, animalic, and smoky at the same time. I don't know how they did it, but it's really becoming extremely impressive. How can you be dark, smoky, and fresh at the same time? And this is coming from the house of Zaroff, and this is Seraphine Musk. Seraphine Musk. Now, listen, man. This ain't going to be for everybody, I don't think. It's for me. Think of taking, I'm not yet ready to call this another masterpiece, but like this blew me away that I wore it last week and I sent George a message. He was busy. He messaged me back. I didn't hit him back when I saw it. I eventually saw his message today, but I knew I was going live. He'll probably see this. As I was wearing this for like the last 2 weeks, nonstop in the cooler weather, I was like, George, you did it again. It has that freshness from bergamot. I believe it might be some citruses in there. I think orange might be in here too. It has musk, that same raunchy musk that you get in Signature X, like the same kind of musk, but not too much. You get a toned down leather accord, almost like the leather in Leather to Back, but it's toned down and it's smooth. Almost like a Tuscan leather. And when I say Tuscan leather, I'm not talking about Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. I'm talking about like Tuscan, real Tuscan leather, known for the smooth hide leather. I feel like there's a oud accord here somewhere because it gives me oud without being oud. So I feel like there's some notes playing around in here, giving me this dark oud accord, which is almost giving me this earthy, dry, woody hint of smoke that I'm getting out of this fragrance, but not too incensey. I think cardamon's in here too. I feel like cardamon's in here because I feel like I'm getting this fresh, crushed mint bergamot thing going on up top. Because cardamom sometimes come off like mint to me. It's very green, almost minty, very spicy, very fresh. So you have this freshness on top of this leather Mustang. This fragrance is dominated by the base. This musk leather oud kind of thing going on, wrapped in bright citruses, sparkling citrus. This fragrance, when I first smelt it, because I have Seraphine Blue and Seraphine Red, I can wear those in the summertime, wear those anytime. When I sprayed this on when I first got it, I was like, yeah, no. Because of that warmth, it is base heavy. This is a base heavy fragrance. But in this cooler weather, bro. Again, I sent George a text like, yo, you free? Because everything I'm saying now, I was going to tell him on the phone. He did it again. Tenderize. Seraphine Musk. It is not for everybody. If you're not into smoky, dark, musky, slightly animalic, like raunchy musk with freshness, if that's not kind of like not your cup of tea, this ain't gonna be for you. Don't rush out and get it because I love it. This ain't gonna be for you. But if you're into complex fragrances that don't smell like nothing else, blended to perfection and constructed in a way that you're getting these different nuances simultaneously. I feel like it's like a sheepra. It's like a fresh, musky sheepra. Seraphine musk. Again, it was gifted to me. Take this with a grain of salt. This is wonderful. Like, people who want more than just smell, this is good. This smells like a man. One thing about George fragrances, well, got a couple that kind of like signature rosé and in the jasmine one, I still can't get jiggy with because I'm not a jasmine fan. Outside of that, this is like impressive. Extremely impressive. That was number 4. Coming in at number 3. At number 3, this fragrance is created by a popular perfumer. And whenever this perfumer does this fragrance or does a fragrance, everybody says it smells like another fragrance. It doesn't smell like the fragrance people say it smells like. This is warm, woody, and musky, and slightly lactonic. This is from Born to Stand Out, and this is Fugazi from Born to Stand Out. Now, to me, I get something peppery, tons of like ambery, woody nuances in this. It's very warm. People say, because Quentin Beach did it, people say Ganymede. This is nothing like Ganymede. I believe Skyrax is in here. This is woody, ambery, musk, dry, lactonic, peppery. I feel like cumin may be in here. It's almost like, if anything, the closest thing this would be compared to, but I still don't think it is Seminalis from Otto Parisi. Seminalis. But it's not, if that makes sense. Bro, this is an addict, and I believe suede. I believe there's this buttery suede accord in here. So think musk, suede, soft brown suede. Not tan, not dark brown, but like camel. If I was putting like a color to it, it'd be like camel suede, soft, musk, woods, warmth, little spicy, but warm spicy. And this lactonic nuance wraps the fragrance and makes everything creamy. Almost, it gives it texture. Not that it smells like milk. It gives it texture to the fragrance. And when I say when you wear this, it is just addictive. You cannot get enough of it. It's like when you first smell it, you just be like, oh, this is nice. But it's just, you just want more and more of it and more of it. And you just keep coming back to it. And it's so addictive. That's from the house of Born to Stand Out. And that's Fugazi. I love this, especially in the cooler weather. It does numbers. The woods make it masculine. This vanilla Skyrax amber thing going on in the base makes it warm, inviting, and addictive. The suede makes it warm and soft. Fugazi by Born to Stand Out. Number 3. Coming in at number 2. We're going to talk about sensuality in a bottle. Sex appeal in a bottle. If you can bottle sex up, this fragrance would be up there if you can bottle sex. This is a base heavy fragrance. It's dark. It's ambery. This is a chypre floral fragrance. So for it to be a chypre, it has the bergamot, the labdanum, and the oak moss. Some would classify this as a masterpiece. This is from one of my favorite houses, and I don't know where I would rank this fragrance when I do my house video ranking. But this is sex in a bottle. And this from the house of Raja. This is Musk Oud. Musk Oud. The dark juice. Musk Oud. Bro, think of the same kind of amber they use in amber oud, but think of it being base heavy with leather. I get leather, musk. You have the oak moss, wood. It's a little raunchy. Has that bright bergamot up top, but this is all about the base. I believe rose is in here. Rose de mai, I believe, is in here. So that rose de mai and the bergamot adds that freshness, which wraps the fragrance throughout. It just lingers there. This kind of stuff is unclonable juice. This is the kind of stuff I buy. I buy stuff that, bro, you ain't gonna find for $40. If you want to smell like me, you have to buy the bottle. You cannot clone this. It is too complex when you wear it. It's sensual. It's animalic slightly. Nothing crazy. It's dark, resinous, masculine. That rose pops. The way it plays on skin. This is an on-skin fragrance. This on clothes doesn't do this justice. Even on paper, doesn't do this fragrance justice. This is an on-skin fragrance. Throughout the day, but definitely at night, wear this, date, steakhouse kind of thing. You know how we got, well, I don't know where you live at, but we got the rooftops with the egg igloo where you can be outside and still do your rooftop thing, but it's warm. Bro, bars, speakeasies, casual. Musk Oud from the house of Raja. I don't know where. When I do that list, I have so much heat from Raja that I've collected within the last 2 years, give or take, that I don't know how I'm going to rank it when I rank it, but I'm ready to do that video kind of, but I'm not because I just have so much heat. I don't even know if it makes my top 10 Raja, but it, goddamn, is sexy. Musk Oud. Coming in my number one. My number one fragrance I like wearing. My must fragrance that is a must have for me. Anybody who knows me knows that over the last few years, I've come to the conclusion that oud is king. It's been like, I think since 2019. Prior to 2019, going back prior to 13 or whatever, I was a gourmand, vanilla kind of guy. Walk out the house smelling like cookies, pancakes, syrup, chocolate. And I had some ouds from like Montal, Mansur. It's cool. A little bit of oud satin mood or whatever. It was cute. But it was kind of like, And then you watch a lot of influencer video and they're like, oh man, it's funk and it's animalic and it smells like fecal. And yes, there are ouds that are barnyard and there are ouds that are fecal. But oud is so complex that depending on what region it comes from is going to be different. So when I wore this fragrance, today I wore this fragrance. I left my house at 7 o'clock. I was running errands. 7:30. I was running errands. I had to go to the courthouse to do I drop off some paperwork at the courthouse. 2 compliments. I went to Department of Motor Vehicles. 1 compliment. And I also stopped at Giant to get some food. 4. All of this happened before like 10 o'clock. 4 compliments today. But it kind of happens. It's this just works. And this is from the house of Killian, and this is Musk Oud from the house of Killian. Now, this fragrance here, man, the freshness, what makes this do what it do? And I believe Alberto Marias did this. He used a nice wearable oud. Is it real oud, synthetic oud? I don't know. I don't care. I'm telling you, it smells better than some of those other ouds in comparison. Do it smell as good as some of the artisanals I smell? No. But it's good enough, especially for the human nose. It's good enough. You have cardamom, I believe lemon. So you have this sparkle, fresh, spicy thing going on. And the cardamom is a heavy player in this. The cardamom is about as heavy as African leather cardamom. And to be totally honest, this almost is very similar to African rose. Or African rose is similar to this because this came out first. Cardamom, rose, musk, oud, I believe saffron. I think some nutmeg is in here. Listen, man. Some of y'all might be new in the fragrances. Some of y'all might have seen videos from people who say oud stinks. Some of y'all might also have been turned off by artisanal snobs. And I get it. Everybody has a place, right? There's artisanal snobs who will say this is trash oud. Okay, cool. You might be right on that. And some people going to say oud stinks or barnyard. I'm telling you, wear your Paco Rabanne at my age range. Wear your Paco Rabanne. I'm going to wear rose oud. We can go out at night and I will get more attention from women than you will. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. There is something about the rose, the musk, the oud, the saffron. I call it the 4-way, the quad. When you have those kicking on all cylinders, it's hard to beat it in general. It's hard to beat it. Musk Oud is my number 1. It was my scent of the day. 4 compliments between the hours of 7 in the morning to 10 in the morning. So in a 3-hour time frame, 4 compliments today. Ripping and running. Rando, strangers. I don't know these people. These aren't coworkers. These aren't people who know me or seen my YouTube videos. These like, you smell good. I had 10 sprays. I think I had 10 sprays of this on because I was just ripping and running. The wind, the cool air was helping me. Musk Oud from the House of Killing. It's my number 1 for this year. That, my friends, are my top 10 Musk Have Fragrances for 2025 for winter and autumn for the cooler weather. Again, leave your comments down below. What are your Musk fragrances? There are tons of fragrances I would have loved to put on this, like Chanel's 1957 deserves to be here. I just don't own it yet. I've been lollygagging. I should have got it during Black Friday sale. Probably could have got it cheap for a coupon somewhere. But 1957 from Chanel. Over the Musk. I think that's by Mugler. It's hard to find. You got to have Middle Eastern connection to find that. That's like a classic musk, but that goes into that floral Middle Eastern kind of musk thing. But there are tons of musk out there that are great musk fragrances. We don't need to argue. Leave your musk fragrances down below. And with that being said, peace. Now, let me see the comments. Let me see what some of the comments go back. Muscat oud is a holy grail oud as well as Rajad oud. Yeah, Rajad oud is definitely is up there. I have that too. I just don't know how I'm going to rank. I don't know how I'm gonna rank my Raja list. I got heavy hitters. And the messed up part about my heavy hitters is I think there are a few hitters I just don't have. Like probably like two I would love to have, or at least get my nose on Majestic. Apparently, one of my heavy hitters is coming back. I've seen people getting bottles at from Saudi Arabia, which is their Saudi Arabia edition, I believe, is coming back. Remember the fragrance I said I had that was a clone? People was saying, and I was like, it smells cheap. I got it because they was like, it's a substitute. And I was like, yeah, I don't like to wear it. I like it sometimes. It's cool. But then I'd be like, it smelled cheap. So when I wear it, I feel like I'm wearing Payless shoes. It's like, yeah, I can get compliments, but I just feel like I'm wearing Payless shoes, bro. It just feels cheap. It's the way it wears cheap. Like I just know when I wear Raja and I wear that, I just know there's a quality difference and a complexity difference that $40 fragrance isn't going to give me. But apparently that fragrance, I believe, is coming back out. I've seen people in the Raja Addicts group having bottles, but I believe those bottles might be 100. I don't know. I think they might be 100 ml, but they going for like 1,000. And I feel like, that might be a little overpriced. And although it's discontinued and some people having bottles, I'm not going to say I'm never. I'm hardly that pressed to really overpay for most things, especially a fragrance. I might overpay a little bit for a Rolex, something that's going to add value. I might overpay for a lot of things. Fragrance, I'm not really a fan of doing that. I'm just kind of like, if I miss out, I miss out. I got heat. But I don't have that fragrance. I was trying to figure out when that's coming back out, because I would love to have that fragrance, because then I can do a real top 10 Raja. But a lot of people's favorite Rajas aren't going to make the list. It's just not going to make the list. It's not. I just have too much heat. So let me see. Refillable Muscat oud between Muscat oud and Pearl oud are my most favorite Killians. Yeah, I like Pearl oud, but I would never really get Pearl oud, only because Christian Provenzano did that, and he basically cloned his own work with Namir, and I think Namir is superior to Pearl oud to me. So to me, I would just say get Namir over Pearl oud, and I feel like it performs better than Pearl oud. So for me, I would just get Namir. I wouldn't get that fragrance. Not that it's bad. I would just prefer that over that. So is Muscat oud? Muscat oud might be some people say it might be discontinued. Yes, Erosion never created. Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I've been seeing people in the Raja group saying bottles are coming back out. Yeah. So Persephone's dad, did he say Musk oud by Killian? That was my number one. Musk oud from Killian, but my number two was Raja's Musk oud. So they kind of both said the same thing, but hopefully that didn't got you. Just got here, but Initio Musk therapy is fire, absolutely. Royal Musk Mickey left. Haven't heard of it. Chanel 1957 is king. I love that fragrance. Why I don't have a bottle yet? I just don't have a bottle yet. Because I've been grail hunting for other things. It just hasn't been important for me. Honestly speaking, it's just it hasn't been a priority. What's your opinion on Musk Jamal? I don't know if you just came You must came Quan Speaks Sense. You must just came on and already talked about that in the video. Keep watching the video. You will see me talking about that. Killian's Musk Oud is Kevin Samuels. Sure shot. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. I'm trying to think. Was Kevin Samuels? What did he put me on to up here? I think Musk Oud. I think I was already hip to Musk Oud. I know he did talk about Musk Oud. He talked about Raja's Musk Oud. He talked about Killian's Musk Oud. I know he's talked about Musk Shamal, but most of those, like I was already hip. Well, Musk Shamal, I don't think I was hip to. I think he hit me on the Musk Shamal. I think he sent me over the edge to get Musk Shamal when I got that. But everything else, like I was kind of already on. Let me see. But yeah, shout out to Kevin. Shout out to all the people in the fragrance community that we lost, and unfortunately, because they don't do content no more, YouTube will make them disappear. I mean, it's kind of like doesn't show up. Shout out to the Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Shout out to Mr. Siage. Shout out to my makers, Kevin Samuels. Shout out to those who have been in the fragrance community who put in work for the short time or the long time they put in, who are no longer with us. Musk Oud is available on the Decant site. Yeah, definitely get you a hold on. Saudi Arabia is out only in Saudi Arabia airport, 100 ml. Ew. All right, I'm gonna have to. I'll go in the group then. If it's 100 ml, then I see why it's $1,000 because I think the 50 ml was normally like $400, $500. So 100 ml at 1,000. All right, that makes sense. If it's 100 ml and it's 1,000, it makes sense. It's not my bingo card to spend 1,000. I prefer just to have the 50 ml. Personally, I'm not going to go through it. I don't want the 100 ml of it, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And let me see if I can get that in the next 2 weeks before I do my Raja list because I need to. Yeah. Musk therapy is better than all of them. Whatever works for you, my guy. Whatever works for you. But I would disagree. Well, Musk therapy Musk therapy works, but again, it depends on where you are, what you're doing, what you got going on, how you dress, what environment you in. Musk therapy, I think, general consensus out in the public. But then again, if I put Musk Oud on and you at Musk Oud's going to turn noses. Musk Oud from Killian. I think if you put Musk therapy and I put this on, we both walk into a room at night. I think this is going to garner more attention from women, mostly because it does have the juxtaposition of the florals that I think attracts women to rose, this beautiful blooming rose, but also the masculinity and the darkness of the oud and things going on here, which is just going to give it a leg up because you're going to smell soft and sensual, but you also want to smell like a man because it has that darkness. So that where Musk therapy is just kind of all soft, kind of. I still think that I think we both walk in the same room. I think I'm getting more attention, and just I'm basing that on I've worn all of this. I own them, and I just know kind of depending on the environment where I'm at and what I'm doing, what kind of works. But I'm also saying what works for me, so I don't want to argue with you because it's unnecessary. Will I be in? Oh, I don't know if y'all watched my last live. I will not. I got things going on that's a little bit more important with family, and not emergency, but it's just more important. So I will not be at Sin Explore this year. I got other priorities that's way more important to me. And then when I started looking at stuff, I think the hotels, like I didn't want to be all the way out Jersey. I don't like being in an Uber too long. I got a thing about that. And I don't want to be Ubering from Jersey to New York. Like if I go to Sin Explore, I need to be walking distance to the event, at least by 5 to 10 blocks of walking distance. I don't want to be in Uber cars. If I'm gonna be totally honest, I'm not a fan of sitting in traffic in Uber, because New York is still New York. So I'm not really, that ain't really my thing, and I don't want to catch. I don't want to rent a car to go up there because I would only do one day if I was gonna go up there, and because I don't feel a need to be mingling with fragrance companies for 2 and 3 days. It's not my cup of tea. But I would go there, show face. Really, I'm really going there to meet people and get out of there and get with a couple of companies that supported me. And everybody else who didn't, I don't really care if I really shake your hand. I'm not, I don't need the free bottles, because then the bottles start rolling in. I don't even know what I would do with it. I have to give half of it away, because even if I like it, because I just don't have the room, really. And I just hate clutter. Y'all seen videos of my room. I hate clutter and combobulation and things everywhere. And you go in people's fragrance room, shit be all over the place. It ain't clean. It ain't organized. It is cluttered. That kind of stuff freaked me out. I don't like that. I don't like that. I need stuff to be in order, clean, manageable. I need to be able to see where I'm getting at. It has to make sense. And I don't need 500 new more fragrances personally. That's why I don't, somebody send me something cool. If you don't, cool. I'm like cool either way. I'm good. I'm not going to be able to use up everything I have. I'm going to die with still never using some of this stuff up. So with that said, yeah, I don't really, you know what I mean? I don't really care that much. Because when I step out the house, I smell fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm not insecure in my collection. I'm very secure in my collection that I don't care where it is. If we're going to an opera, I have 5 fragrances I would wear to an opera that would smoke most people what they would wear. I'm going to tell you now, just off the rip, Turandot from Raja, Pico Valderrama from Xerjoff. That's it. I don't got to say nothing else. And then RDHP 20, Boudicca Legend. Like, I can just stop there. If I just stop there, that's it. It's a wrap. You're done. You're done. Pack them up. Pack them up. It's over with. Y'all smell better than you. It's over with. And I ain't even dig into the bag deep enough. It's over. You can't compete. It's a wrap. Move out my way. We, opera, we're in tuxedos. We both went and got a shape up. We our stuff fitting properly. You wear whatever. I'm going to wear one of those 4, and I will smoke your boots. Pico Valderrama, smoking boots. Turandot, smoking boots. I'm sorry. Good luck, though. Enjoy Armagh. Respectfully, of course. Where can I sample different ouds? Where can I sample different ouds? I don't trying to think how to really answer that question. It depends. I mean, that's a kind of tough question. I would say, I'm assuming you want, are you talking artisanal? If you're talking artisanal, if you really want to get to some good stuff, I would say, you can go like the Arabian oud, but you got to be careful when you go into some, in my opinion, some of these Middle Eastern companies, because they still make low-end stuff. They make really good stuff, and then they still make some low-end stuff. So you almost want to go like artisanal, but sometimes artisanal can be like too much. So, I would, Boudicca does some pretty good wearable ouds that can be a little, some can be challenging. I think Namir is a good, like, if somebody gonna say, hey, I want a good oud, I don't want to pay $1,000 for a Tola Attar. I want something I can wear year round that'll get me compliments. I would recommend Namir. I would recommend that because it just works. and it works in the summertime, and it works in the cooler weather. It just overall works, and it's not going to, and it's going to smell better than your average oud fragrance. But it's not artisanal like Quinam, or some of the Vietnamese ouds and Japanese ouds, like, yeah. But you can get some of that. And then if you want some Indian or Cambodia, which you can find a lot of, your Indian's gonna be a little bit more barnyard, I find, depending on where it is. If it's up north India in the mountains, and you start talking about that Kalakasi, that's like earth, jungle, soil, and jackfruit. That's what it smells like to me. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It's going to smell like hay, the soil, jackfruit. And then there's some stuff that's like fecal. You don't want that either. So, Nemer, Nemer, I think is a really good, like, if somebody want to get away from like some of the $40 ouds and they kind of want to just try something a little good. And I think on certain discounters, you can probably get Nemer for like $3.90, give or take. Maybe get a sample of that and just kind of, when you spray that, let it just come to you. Just wear it and let it come to you. Don't feel the need to do this all the time. Just kind of let it do what it do and come to you and see what happens. You'll find that when it just works its way in the air, it's a beauty to it, because that's how everybody else is going to experience you, and you kind of really appreciate it a lot more. Let me go back and check this fragrance before we get up out of here. This is, so where's my bottle of that? Okay. So the fragrance, for those who came in a little bit earlier, I unboxed a fragrance that was sent to me. That's from Third Eye Fragrance Company. They sent it to me. If you want to know what my initial take on was it, then go back and watch the beginning of the video. I'm not going to really regurgitate what I said before. But let's see what I'm getting now from the fragrance. Yeah, man, the sweetness. This is good, man. This is good. This is good, man. This is good. Damn. I feel like I'm getting like some like raisins, like dried raisins kind of thing that's coming through. I would classify this, and I don't know if he's done it. I would classify this as an amber fragrance. It's how I would classify this, as an amber fragrance. Damn, that's good. It's sweet without being sickly, synthetic, cheap oils. Cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain smell, like some things just smell cheap. That's not a bad thing, but some things smell cheap. This is like that mid tier. It's not Raja level complexity, but it's not, it's not walking through Macy's and, Imperial Armani kind of thing, right? It's that middle kind of ground. I like this, man. I'm still getting the same thing. It's still kind of just doing what it's doing. I would love to really get this on skin to see what it would do, but this is going to be great for the holidays. I'm trying to like draw comparisons to this, but because and he doesn't have it listed. Where the notes at? He hasn't listed cinnamon. I know Tonka, I feel like I'm getting some of the Tonka in here. But I feel like it's not listed here, but I'm getting cinnamon in here. I'm getting cinnamon. And maybe that's part of the spice rum accord that he has in, because he has spice rum. But I'm getting cinnamon in here. And it smells delicious. It's almost going into this gourmand realm. I don't know if I really want to call it a cherry fragrance, Because I feel like it's not cherry, it's not centered around cherry. Because the cherry and the plum are part of this is like a boozy amber fragrance, is what this is. Yeah, I can't wait to get this on skin. It might be my scent of the day tomorrow. If you're in my fragrance group, one of my admins put the link down to the group. You got to be subscribed to get in. I might like write something up on this when I wear this tomorrow, but I'm gonna wear this tomorrow. I'm gonna wear this tomorrow. This is I like this. This is first fragrance. I like this. This is good. I would definitely say that I would definitely say that once he gets started up and he's getting some motion, don't be so quick to go into making your next fragrance. Take some of that money, reinvest, and work on presentation. Again, this is a 20 ml, so I'm assuming the 50s are in better presentation. So I don't want to speak to that. I don't want to harp too much on that because I don't have a 50 ml. 20 mls are 10 and 20 mls can be considered almost sample-esque kind of fragrances. But work on that, even if you're going to do a 20 ml, because that's 20 ml is sizable than a 10, or scale it down to a 10 ml. If you're going to do a 10 ml with something like this, maybe scale it down to a 10 and not a 20 to do 10 and 50s. And I can accept a little bit less with a 10, like less stuff, you know what I'm saying, with a 10 than I can with a 20. It's like that in between weird stage. Yeah, man, that's good, man. That's good. I like this. Again, it's not complex. It hasn't really changed. It smells like it's going to give me solid performance, at least 6.5. It's not overly loud and screaming, so I don't expect a 10-hour, 18-hour fragrance. I don't expect that from this. I expect anywhere from 6 to 7.5. It's kind of what I'm getting. And I'm thinking somewhere around the 4 or 5 hours is going to start setting a little bit closer to the skin and be more warm and inviting. That's my assumption. But no, he put this well. I would love to see some complexity, but I also think at the price where he priced it, I think what you get, I think that's solid for what you get. I think this is good. This is good. I like this. Damn. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. This is fun. I like that. I like that. The cherry's not the star of the show. The plum's not the star of the show. I'm getting a little bit of cinnamon. It's like balanced in that way that like the tobacco is the vanilla tobacco is kind of sweet in there, but I'm getting just nuances of rum. Like it's like one big rum cigar accord. That's what I'm getting. Like Jamaica. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, man. I like that. I like that. Presentation, but you know, I will give him an A for effort on this, especially being his first fragrance. I'll give him some leeway on that. But 120, not bad. How much was the 20 ml? The 20 ml. How much is that? Where you get this? How much is that? I would love this. What is that? I'm hoping somewhere in the 60 price range, give or take. Maybe. Somebody tell me what the price is at, and we're gonna go and get up out of here. Arabian Oud or Dar Al Tib is a good house for ouds. Let me see. Look at a couple more, and then we're gonna be getting up out of here. We got 121 in the chat. Appreciate everybody being in here. Again, if you have any questions, ask me my questions now before we get up out of here. I'll try to answer whatever we have. If you're here and you're just looking, if you ever want to get in the chat and ask, listen, it's not asking you the world, it's asking you just to subscribe. I'm never going to turn subscribers off. I'm just never turning that off because I feel like if you want to converse with us and if you want to show love, that you should at least be subscribed, right? That's free. It costs you nothing. Do I have any Serge Lutons? Absolutely, I have some Serge Lutons. I have the Amber. I have what's one of my favorites? The Santal one. I can't think of the name of it. It's chocolate, sandalwood, and rose. Santal Majuscule. Chef's kiss. Santal Majuscule. While I let some more questions roll in, let's talk about what I think I'm gonna be doing Wednesday. Wednesday, we're gonna get back to the art of seduction list. I'm gonna do part 2 of the art of seduction on Wednesday. So I have those fragrances out. We'll talk about the definition of those fragrances. We will discuss those fragrances, and I will tell you what those fragrances are about. So tune in on Wednesday. That should go down on Wednesday. I expect that to happen on Wednesday. Santal Majuscule is a must-have. It's a must-have. Ombre Sultan, it's a classic amber fragrance. I think there are like other fragrances better than it. Other amber fragrances better than it. I like Mitza over it. There's this vegetal kind of thing with Ombre Sultan, which is good, but it's kind of like, I got like several amber fragrances over Ombre Sultan, like Amber Aria from Perfume Aroma. Of course, Tom Ford's Amber Absolute, but you can't find that over it. I have Mitza from Dior over it. I have another amber that's going to make my list on Wednesday that I'm looking at the table. I have over it. I have Ombre Rousse over it. I'm trying to think of a couple more ambers. I kind of have a couple of ambers over it, but I own it. But when I want to wear amber, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really reach for it. I have Ombre Presso. I have that. Precious Amber from I can't think of the name of it, the house right now. But yeah, I have that. That's one of my Ombre Presso is probably my first or second, depending on the day of the week, amber ever created. But it's also the first amber ever created. I believe that amber came out in 1986, 84. Is the first actual amber fragrance ever created, Ombre Presso. And every amber after it has emulated it. It is the king. It's slightly animalic. It's long lasting. It's resinous, animalic. Now, when you start going into these ambers, it can get a little powdery a little bit. So some of these ambers can get powdery. So you got to watch how you wear that for people who don't like that. You just watch how you spray that because it could go in that realm, but it's very dense. You know what I mean? Like viscous fragrance. It's just it's dense, extremely dense. But that's one of the greatest ambers. I mean, it's the first amber ever created. And everybody else copied it. So is every other amber after it a clone? I don't know. I mean, it depends on how. I know we talk about clones and inspirations. I think there's a thin line between some of that. It's a thin line between some of that. You know what I mean? Because I mean, what Fougère Houbigant Fougère Royale is the first Fougère ever to come out. So every other Fougère that came out after it, is that a clone of Fougère Royale? Or are they inspired by Fougère Royale? Raja Diaghilev. is that a clone of Guerlain's Masuko, or is it inspired by Masuko? Didn't Roger used to work for Guerlain? So I mean, I think you can be inspired by stuff. Like I have certain things I like, right? Certain fragrances I like. So when it comes to making a fragrance, if I was creating a fragrance, is there a habit to do something that really moved me and create it in something that can come some similarities because I like certain things? It's a possibility if you don't check it or really know what you're doing. So I don't know. Clones to not the clone or the clone. I don't know is the question. BDK Ombre Stefano. I don't think I want to talk about that fragrance yet. That's a good fragrance though. But is it if you're asking me, is it in my top 10 ambers? Hell no. It's good. It's very Middle Eastern, very spicy Middle Eastern amber. Is it in my top 10 ambers? No, not even remotely. It's not my top 15. Probably not my top 20. But I got like a lot of classic, like some good ambers. Like, yeah, I got some really good ambers behind me. Just looking at them, some solid joints. So, and also Grand Soir isn't in my top 15. Well, I know it's not my top 10. It might be top 15, maybe. But I almost consider that more like benzoin. Not that amber is an amber accord, right? But it's more like it gets me more benzoin. But benzoin can be amber, but Grand Soir sometimes it's hit or miss with me. Sometimes it smells like grandma, and then sometimes it smells really good. So it comes down to how you spray it. Sometimes I spray too much and it's like, damn, I smell like grandma. But you spray just a little bit where you're getting wafts of it and anybody around you will get wafts, then it smells better. It's kind of like you can almost spray too much and ruin the fragrance. So be mindful of that. Anyway, I see let me see. What's the best exclusive high price Raja to start with? Well, that's an odd question. Exclusive and high price are two totally different things, right? Exclusive would be like Neiman Marcus exclusive, Harrods exclusive, Bergdorf exclusive, right? And then they have Fordham Mason exclusive. So like you have these different exclusives. Then you have the Pierre Valets. You know what I mean? It's kind of like all over the place. I don't think price dictates the best, but I don't know. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, and I'm struggling with this in my top 10, I think the best Raja I've smelt constructed to date is Raja Alt Lux. Just to date, construction, wear it and let it do what it do. The way it wears on skin, the way it transitions, the way it pops, the way it does everything. Is it overpriced? Is it worth the $4,000? I think you could have removed some gold flakes and dropped it down a little bit, but I think he said the jasmine that he used in there costs more than the gold flakes because he used a certain jasmine that to source it costs a lot of money. So what something is worth, but Alt Lux is like pound for pound, like wear it and go. The most beautiful fragrance I've ever smelt in my life. Just beauty, construction, luxurious. When you wear it, it smells like, now people do videos and be like fragrances that smell like money. When you wear that fragrance, it smells like money. It just smells like somebody will smell you and be like, oh, I know that cost a lot of money. You ever smell something and you be like, bro, I know that cost a lot of money. That's Alt Lux. You smell it and you be like, yo, I don't know what you're wearing, but I know that costs a lot of money. So that's like one of my favorite. But if I'm going to take some bias, pound for pound, like Isola Blue might be the best Raja. Pound for pound, I can do anything with it, go anywhere with it, around anybody with it. I don't have to dress it up. I can wear Timberlands. I can wear some Timbs and some jean shorts and a hoodie. I can wear a suit. I can wear a tuxedo. I can wear casual. I can go play basketball in it. I can go to the gym in it. I'm not doing all that with Alt Lux. So pound for pound, wearability, usability, functionality, go wherever I want to go, do whatever I want to do, be around whoever I want to be with, spray it and go. Isola Blue is king. I like it better than Elysium to me. It's just, it is king. The compliments, crazy. It's compliment getting, it's complex, it smells good, it smells luxurious, it's constantly transforming. I'm getting different nuances in it. It gives me fresh mint tea, then the leather kicks in, then some booze. It's I sold pound for pound for pound. It's probably the best Raja created that I've owned or smelled. But I don't know if I want to rank it because of pound for pound. I don't know if I want to do that pound for pound. I kind of just want to be like, what smell better? Forget where I'm gonna wear it and how I'm gonna wear it and usability. Like, which one smells better? Which one is just like blew me away? And if I do that, Alt Lux is up there. Turned Out. People don't talk about Turned Out. And I'm glad y'all don't. Y'all can never smell like me. That peach, outer highs, yang-a-lang, bro. You step out the house, you going to an embassy party, a black tie, you dressed up, you going on a date, you luxurious, you want to tickle noses, you want to smell different, you want to start conversations, you want to wear that the bed, bro. That Turned Out. Or Turned Dope. People don't talk about that, and I'm glad y'all don't. So I don't know. It's a weird question because it doesn't really have a real answer. There's no real answer to it. There's no real answer to it. What about Lost in Paris? I'm gonna answer a few more. Tyson, you said, yeah, we need that Raja list. I'm gonna be honest. I want to wait for Saudi Arabia. So I'm gonna. If Aaron is watching this video, sometimes Aaron comes in and supports the channel. I need somebody to pull some strings. Get me a connect in my inbox who can do Saudi Arabia from over in Saudi Arabia but some people say it's coming back out. So I don't feel like overpaying for stuff. I just don't like doing that. But if somebody give me Saudi Arabia, I'll think about it. I just feel like I need to add that particular one to the list to feel like my list is complete where I can stand on business. Because I smelled Elysium Noir. I want to smell that. I smelled Elysium Noir and it was cool. It's cool. To me, that's a $230 fragrance. I don't want to pay over $227 for Elysium Noir. At $227, I'll buy that every day of the week. $220, anywhere from $197 to $230, oh, I'm buying that. If I saw Elysium Noir for $240, $230, $240, anywhere between $190 and $240, I'm buying a bottle. I like it. I like it. It's one of those fragrances you just wear and you go. Think of like a Ventus Absolute. Like it's a Ventus. I still kind of like a Ventus better, but a Ventus Absolute, there's a time and place for it. I like that. I just don't want to pay retail for it. I just think it's a $230 fragrance for me. That's what I'm willing to pay for it. $240, maybe, $250, maybe, nothing over $250. I'm not trying to do that for Elysium Noir, but I like it. I like it. I don't love it. I like it. It's one, I can see a lot of uses for that. So I would get it because utility. That's why I would get that. Neiman Marcus exclusive Raja was cool. That's all I got. To me, That's another $200 fragrance. It's cool. So that wouldn't make my top 10. I need to smell those too. Before I was prepared to do a top 10 Raj, I need to smell that new Neiman Marcus and that Elysium Noir. I smelled them. Neither one would make my top 10. And they're $200 fragrances to me. Anything over that, I'm not paying. So I'm waiting for those to drop somewhere on the discounter. Then I will pick them up. If the Neiman Marcus exclusive never comes to a discounter, I'll never own it. And I'm okay never owning it. But you get these fruity sweets over top of suede. It's good. It's sweet. I can see it be compliment getting, but it didn't move me where I felt like I had to have a bottle. Had this like blackberry kind of thing. It's good. It's just not, I don't know. Like I put it on skin. I was walking around Tyson's, and although I was smelling it, I was forcing myself to smelling it. I wasn't drawn into like, I need to like come back to it. It just didn't move me. And for the 400 plus that is going to cost, it needs to do that for me. It needs to do that for me. So it didn't. What's your thoughts on Lost in Paris? Lost in Paris. Lost in Paris, I own it. Will it make my top 10? I don't know. I don't know. Would it make a top 20? Possibly. Would it make a top 10? I don't know, man. I have all the ouds. I have Musk. I have Amber. I have regular oud. I have almost all the Alt Lux line. Almost all of them. I have the Agalev. I have the Opera line, Lacamide, Turned Out. I have all the PD, RDHPs, 15, 20, 21. I have your Elysium. I have your Creation E. I have Isola Verd. I have Isola Blue. I have a sample of a 10 ml of Isola Soul, which Isola Soul, I kind of like that, bro. Yeah, and I'm not a Jasmine person, but when I ordered, what's the last thing I ordered? Well, last thing I ordered was BG, the champagne at BG. When I got something I got from Raja, and they give you a free 10 ml. I got Isola Soul as a free 10 ml, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this. I'm like, oh, I like this. Would it make my top 10? Nah, but I like it. There's Intense, Apex Intense. I like that. I don't love it. I would at 210, 190 to 210, I might cop a bottle for that. But I'm just not pressed to cop a bottle. But I like that. In the springtime, it's green, it's woody, it's fresh, has some mint. Like in the springtime, bro, that is a great spring scent. Is it a Raja scent the way people know Raja? I don't know if it fits the Raja fanboy crowd, but overall, I think that's a great scent. I think Apex Intense I like it because I got a free 10 ml of that when I order something else from Raja. Because I pay retail. Most of the stuff I got, you use retail. You ain't gonna find a discount. Turned out you paying retail. And you're gonna pay the tariffs to get it shipped over here from overseas. Sorry, there is no discount for this. The PDL, the Parfums de l'An Nuit, like I got those. Like I got all three of those. So I don't know yet. That's gonna be a rough list. That's a rough list of bangers. Cheaper Extraordinaire? What are we talking about? I don't know. I'm gonna rank that. It's gonna be a lot of stuff ain't gonna make the list, but I really do want Saudi Arabia because I feel like Saudi Arabia could make the list even if it's in the tail end of the list. So anybody, if you in here, connect in my inbox, Facebook, let's get that bottle to me. Let's figure out how we can do that. Get a connect, call a guy who know a guy. Let's make that happen. Creation E is cool. That's all I got. It's good. It's rum and coke, cognac and coke. It's cool. It's good. It's compliment getting. Nice going out at night kind of thing. It's cool. I got the Parfum Cologne. It works. I think the Parfum is better than a Parfum Cologne because it has more depth. And that benzoin just hit a little bit harder. But I like it. Is it a must-have? I don't know. but I like it. I wear it. But I'm not it's not my top 10. I can tell you that. It's not even touching my top 10 based on what I own. It's just not. Britannia. Now, that's one I kind of want to get, but I don't want to pay retail for that. Britannia. I kind of want to add that. But I don't know. Like, I looked at the notes, I kind of looked at it, and I just was kind of like unimpressed. I was kind of like, it looked cool, but I was just like, I don't know. That's one I'm gonna have to get a sample from somewhere. Britannia, I'm just gonna have to get a sample. I'll probably try it on another live. I'm not gonna do that tonight. Because it's all the way on the other side of my office. Anyway, we got 124 people in here. Listen, man, I've been rambling, but I wanted to get to some questions. Let me see. I'm going to talk to Raja on Thursday to see what the deal is with Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I just need a 50 ml of Saudi Arabia. I don't need 100 ml, so that's why I don't want to pay $1,000 for it. I'd rather pay 400, 500, 450 than pay $1,000 for 100. I don't need 100. I don't need. I'm cool with paying $370 to $450, $465, $475 for a 50 ml of that. I'm cool with that. That's retail. I'm cool with that. I can do that. Don't want to. I always want to pay discounter if I can, but some stuff you got to pay retail for. Anyway, all right, people. With that being said, appreciate you. Y'all be safe. We back Wednesday. We're going to continue doing the Art of Seduction series. And with that being said, man, peace. Enjoy y'all night.